A matchup between some familiar foes. Detroit City FC women's team hosts AFC Ann Arbor. Welcome everybody to Keyworth Stadium. I'm Veronica Bolanos, and from all of our crew here, thanks for tuning in here tonight. We've got a great matchup on our hands as we see the team huddle saying a few words just before kickoff. Both teams having a week to prepare for tonight's game, separated by only 1 point in the standings. Should be a good battle here today, and you can see AFC Ann Arbor getting some last-minute warm-ups just before kickoff. We got a minute to go. AFC Ann Arbor coming off of a win against Cleveland Force, 3-2. Quite a different story for this DCFC team. Lost at home against Kalamazoo, 1-0. It was a brutal loss that maybe they felt like they should have at least tied it. But here, looking to start something today. Detroit City FC unveiling their Pride kits today in honor of Pride Month in every color kit. And you can see the orange, yellow, and green represented in the jerseys with the blue shorts, brown socks, representing every color on the Pride flag in honor of Pride Month. As we are now just seconds away from kickoff. Some last-minute chatter between Avery Peters and Sid Bloomquist. This matchup will be the first time these two sides meet this season, with a second meeting set up for July 1st. Detroit City FC will start the game with the ball, as it'll be Sid Bloomquist here to take it. Now just waiting on the center referee, checking to see if her team is ready. The fans are fired up here, and we are off here at Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC, Avery Peters serving a ball, hoping to find the feet of her teammate out wide. That was Ellie Poole hoping to receive it. Ball just went a little wide, and the wind might be a factor here today. Gusts of up to 10 miles per hour. You see the flags blowing in the air here at Keyworth. That will go out for a Detroit City FC throw. Madison Duncan will slide into that right-hand spot in the back line. The ball will shift all the way back to goalkeeper Gabby Shriver. This Detroit City will hit the reset button. Poole with the header back up to Poole. She's got two AFC bodies around her. Now Peters with the bring down. It was taken away from her. AFC Ann Arbor will collect. Broken up there by Steven. Now still Ann Arbor ball. Hoping to attack something on the left-hand side. And Karolak will shepherd that in for her team's throw-in. You see Bryn Gardner sliding into that central roll spot up top. She played out wide last game against Kalamazoo here at Keyworth. Couple lineup changes from the last matchup against Kalamazoo. In are Martin, Stevens, Smith, and Duncan. They were 3 out of the 4 were substitutes coming off of the bench against Kalamazoo. Really made an impact and must have made a really important impact, enough to earn a starting spot here today. DCFC have yet to score a goal in their home turf, hoping to get something here today as AFC Ann Arbor will get something going here. Broken up by the DCFC back line. Still Barron on her. No foul, says the referee, and she will pull that one back. She was watching that matchup all the way. A really good battle between Barron and Kie. And that'll be a good matchup to watch all game long. Kie really solid up top and clinical when she needs to. Not to mention Kie, 2 goals in their last game versus Cleveland. Will hopefully looking to bring that momentum into this game as AFC Ann Arbor will take their first free kick of the night. Serves one on the goal and way wide. Maybe thought she was going to serve that one in the air. Instead, test her luck from about 30 yards out. It'll be Karolak surveying her options. Defenders closing in on her. Avery Peters with the turn. Dishes it off to her defender. Now Duncan will take her space. A nice little 1-2-3 passes from DCFC as they look to break the back line, and it might look like Poole's in, but called back for an offside. And boy, that was a really nice piece of play there from the Hope team. And Poole is going to be looking to penetrate that back line all night long. And in order for DCFC to be really successful here today, you got to think that they're going to keep up those 1-2 passing, not allowing Ann Arbor to get on the ball much, breaking up any sort of play they try to get going. Steven with a nice dish out in the left-hand side, broken up. Both teams fighting for possession in these opening minutes as 4 minutes have gone by, and it's Kie who brings it down, going out for a Ann Arbor throw in. These fans are letting Ann Arbor hear it as they will take a throw in on that side. Referee holding up the field of play. Tiffany Hollingsworth taking the throw, Eastern Michigan defender. Steven will clear. Not a bad clear there. Will go out for an Ann Arbor throw. Hollingsworth on the throw. Just a series of throw-ins. We'll see if either team can start collecting a string of possession. Both teams battling hard as a slow trickle ball out to the touchline. Barron will shepherd that one out for a goal kick. And besides the first goal that they gave up in the first minute and a half against Kalamazoo, DCFC looked really solid defensively and on the attack, just not able to put anything away. Instead, Bloomquist pulls that one back, looking for the square ball, not going to get it. Plays it back to Barron. Barron with a left-handed kick up top. Now Ann Arbor will collect. Passing it really well through the midfield. Hollingsworth kind of stepping up for an outside back. She really starts herself out wide, positioning-wise. An over-the-head ball as a foot race will commence between the defenders and Ann Arbor. And how about Karolak stepping up to clear that one? It's Lexi Smith that steps in for Sulis. Sulis started as a center back with Karolak last game. Now it is Smith in that position for a goal kick. So a lot of action happening on the far side for sure. And Shriver likes to play really quickly, gets it off to her defender. Broken up there. Peters with a good battle. And Poole, really good job to shepherd it out. Quick throw there for DCFC. DCFC putting a lot of pressure up top, and a nice through ball there, broken up just at the last minute. Really important touch from Ann Arbor. A lot of good 50-50 battles here, really physical off the bat. And the referee setting the tone there, pulling it back. Avery Peters was leaning in a bit against Kie, but Kie able to use her body really well. And the center official just telling DCFC players to back up. No need to be that close when a kick is past the halfway line. Detroit City doing really well, pressing as a team, moving as a unit. You saw more of that in the second half against Kalamazoo. They were able to recollect themselves really well after giving up that goal early on. So that will go out for a DCFC throw. Now Detroit City. Bloomquist with the ball off to Poole. Poole drops it off for Duncan. Duncan will serve it in. And an important header cleared from Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor looking on the counter. Broken up by the back line of Detroit City. Oh, and a dangerous ball there. Almost a bad mistake from Ann Arbor as the ball just went under Doan. And that was maybe so far in these first 8.5 minutes the best look that Detroit City has had. They've tried to play some through balls. Both teams really just kind of feeling each other out. And it'll be really interesting to see this Stephen Avery Peters matchup. Peters has kind of been playing a defensive mid all by herself. But Stephen able to bring that versatility in. Came on as a substitute against Kalamazoo as Detroit City will push and press. Now Peters dribbling, shifting, dishes it out to Poole. Poole with the step in. Sid Bloomquist, oh, with a beautiful ball to Duncan. Duncan will have her back turns. Looking to attack. Duncan still with the ball. AFC Ann Arbor haven't. Now they do. Talk about using their body to the best of their ability. Karolek does just that, the Illinois defender. Able to turn on her forward so quickly. It's a 1-2 ball there. Not reaching the feet of Ellie Poole. And it's the home team that's been playing with some fluidity these past couple minutes. A great turn there by Kie. Doesn't have the numbers to support it. A nice rocketing run, still with the ball. And she will be brought down just at the top of the arc. Smith not happy with that call. And we'll take another look here. Just had her foot in front of her. You can see the frustration. Referee was right to pull that one back. And you would argue if Smith played all ball that maybe it wouldn't have been a foul, but she really didn't catch any of it, causing the foul as a dangerous set piece. Most likely putting it on net. We'll see what Ann Arbor does here. Kie will stand over it. Nimine also by the ball. We'll see who opts to kick it. But it looks like it will be Kie. Lining one up. Nimine. Oh, and it hits the crossbar. And the ball did not go in. Not out of the woods yet for Ann Arbor. And an important clearance from the back line for DCFC. Oh, man. That was a well-placed ball. Just unlucky there from Kie. From Nimine. Let's take another look here. A great, well-placed shot. Just if it would have been a little lower, a couple inches, you maybe argue it would have gone in that top right-hand corner, but the wall was set up fine. Shriver did all she could. Peters with the header, just kind of laughing with her defenders. The DCFC putting on some really good pressure, forcing Ann Arbor to turn the ball over a lot this first half. Peters with the quick flick. Goes to the feet of an Ann Arbor player. Steven, little juggling work. Oh, and a great ball in. DCFC will look to press. Is she in? She was called offside. And it was Bryn Gardner who was hoping to get on the end of that. So 2 offsides calls so far this game. Detroit City FC maybe just need to pull their runs back a little bit. Either that or play the ball quicker to the feet of their forwards. They're making the right runs, just timing it all wrong. Steven with the pressure still dishes it off, and I think Detroit City FC wanted to just play with the advantage but pulls one back for the referee. Call's been pretty consistent so far this night. Duncan will serve the ball in. Karolak telling her defenders to just kind of pull up a little bit. Clearance header there. All the way back to Smith. Peters taking on 2 defenders, broken up by Kie. I don't think she knew she was behind her. Ball over the top, broken up by Karolak now. AFC Ann Arbor only have 3-4 players up behind 6 DCFC defenders. Kie with a beautiful spin move and puts one on net, tests her luck. Boy, Kie not afraid to put one on net early on in these first 13 and a half minutes. She proved she could do it against Flint. Scored one about 40 yards out. And absolutely punished the goalkeeper for a bad giveaway. You maybe won't see that from Shriver with the experience that she brings to this squad. But still, Kie has the confidence and the ability to put one from far out. And Peters reads the game really well, has a great vision of the field. So does Bloomquist, really important midfielders that will look to get the attack going. And that was a little push from behind from Hollingsworth. I don't think she was too happy with that one. Just kind of putting pressure on the midfield. Pulled it back, almost a giveaway there. Peters still with possession. Now Steven dishes it off, tests her luck. Took a couple deflections and in the hands of Ann Arbor goalkeeper Prisbillo. Dishing it off to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth will look to ignite the offense. And what an explosive run on that right-hand side. Doesn't have the numbers, so might pull it back. Dishes it off for the cross. Why not? Of course, soaring over for a goal kick. Talk about being really consistent. Hollingsworth has been nothing short of that for Eastern Michigan. She started in 16 of 17 games for Eastern Michigan. Has seen a lot of MAC conference players. A couple of them in the starting lineup for Detroit City FC. The shove there, no call. Kie all over the pitch. Nimine and Kie, boy, they have been really dominant for this Ann Arbor team. Now Nimine. DCFC looking to pressure a little bit, not having Kie any little bit of space. Still a great turn there, broken up by Karolak. Oh, and an important clearance. She was shoulder to shoulder with her forward. Hollingsworth with the throw. Now back to her. Finds herself in some really good open areas. As they'll serve it in. Now Peters will survey her options. Oh, and a great right-handed serve. So Bloomquist now with the ball. Bloomquist, oh, she was looking for Gardner. You could see the vision. You could see what she was trying to do. And if Bloomquist maybe had thread the needle just a little more, maybe Gardner would have been in. And that's kind of been really tricky for this DCFC, is how can they thread the needle with some of these back lines that just are able to close down spaces really quickly. And that's what you'll find a lot about in this league. Really solid defensive lines. Oh, great juggling action. Really nifty play from the Ann Arbor side. They play with a lot of swagger, as referee will pull that one back. There's been a decent amount of fouls so far in these opening minutes, but all warranted. That will allow this home team to recollect. Peters urging her team forward. Karolak will serve it in to the feet of Gardner. She dishes it out. Now out wide to Barron. And Barron has the ability to put it on a dime if she needs to. Serves it in with her left foot. Oh, broken up there. Another good matchup to watch. Peters and Nimine. Two really crafty players that can do a lot with the ball in terms of setting the tone and setting the pace for their team. Now Poole drops a little back. Great ball out wide to Bloomquist and just not going to be able to get on the end of it. And things have kind of slowed down for this home team as the crowd is trying to get their team ignited. Still yet to score a goal in their home turf. And trying to keep it in, successful in doing so. Karolak will shepherd that one out for a DCFC throw. A lot of those this first half already. Oh, and Peters just with a big touch. Dangerous giveaway, but an important clearance from Karolak, putting one on net, and Shriver, just to be extra careful, slaps that one away. It was wide of goal, but for Shriver, better to be safe than sorry. Again, you're seeing the ability for Ann Arbor to put one on net from so far out, and that kind of catches defenders off guard, especially if your midfielders aren't getting back quickly enough. So dangerous for these teams to defend. You never know when the ball might be put on goal. Ann Arbor will serve this one in from the corner. An important header there, cleared out by DCFC. Not out of the woods yet. Still stolen by Peters. The referee will correctly pull that one back. Peters having a couple words with the ref. No harm, no foul, but it did break up a spell of possession and a possible counterattack, which is why the referee pulled that one back. It'll give a chance for DCFC to collect themselves and get a play going. Not what you want if you're an Ann Arbor team. Serves it into the top of the key. Cleared out again, this time by Tiffany Hollingsworth. And all the way back for Shriver. Karolak taking her space. And you can kind of see the runs coming from Poole and from Bloomquist. They're checking in, they're checking out. Some pressure from Ann Arbor, but still the home team remains with possession. Serving it over the top of everybody's head and out for a clearance there. Still DCFC throw. And for Poole, in the game against Kalamazoo, was really impressed with the pressure that she was able to put on her defenders. As Barron is hunched over on the far hand side. Maybe went in for a tough tackle. She looks to be okay. Throws it in. Dishes it out wide. Now the service to the penalty spot. Cleared out by Ann Arbor. And Karolak, boy, her ability just to half volley these balls. She does it with precision every time, but a bad giveaway from Steven. Pulled that one back for another foul in the center circle. And if it wasn't pulled back, I think DCFC might have been in trouble. As we look here, it just kind of from the back. It's been called all night, so not surprising from the players. They know now, at least with 23 minutes gone by, the ball will be served in, headed away. And a possible high kick there. Still cleared out. Kie putting pressure on the defenders. And Kie, oh boy. Driving past 2, 3, 4 defenders. Peters wasn't enough. She still has the ball. Now Peters with the block. And boy, that was a really impressive run there by Kie. So let's take another look here. Still with the ball. She loves the left foot. And a good block from Peters for a corner kick, though. Ann Arbor will serve it in. Header way off the goal. And I think Peters was fouled. Ann Arbor haven't really been able to capitalize so far yet this half, as we see our first substitution of the game. And that will be Barron coming out for this Detroit City FC team. Giving the captain band off to Shriver. Now Shriver with the captain band. Not sure if Barron knew she was going to be substituted, but yet first one of the night, 25 minutes in. Now Nimine. How will Ann Arbor look to get one going here? Great matchup. Not able to dish off a serve there. Peters with the nice flick. They've been playing with some fluidity on that right-hand side. Great bring down and over the head ball for Bloomquist. Wasn't able to get on the end of it fully, but still putting pressure on this Ann Arbor team. And boy, when this DCFC team moves together and they press well, a lot of things can get done. But now it's Hollingsworth with the ball, taking her space. How about it? The right-hander defender. Oh, and just too much on that through ball. She did everything right, pushing back, pushing forward as far as going through the midfielders, just unable to get that last pass off, which can be so difficult. Poole. Now Poole looking to get something going. Little short of a ball, but still able to get it. Now Bryn Gardner, great win. At the 18-yard box on the edge of it in a one-on-one battle. Beats her defenders. Now the left-handed cross. Steven with a great bring down there. Test her luck and oh my word. Danielle Steven. Oh, what a left-footer goal that was. How about it? Detroit City FC with the first goal of the night. Their first goal so far this home game. As let's take another look. Brings it down with the chest, still bouncing, puts it in the, rockets it in the top right corner. I think she even surprised herself. Oh, and this crowd is just excited to get this scoring his first goal scored here at Keyworth Stadium. And I don't know if any of the Ann Arbor defenders were expecting to see that one ripped on net. It was well placed, well hit, and how about it? DCFC 1, Ann Arbor Mill. And this crowd just got a whole lot louder as DCFC looking to still press. They don't look like they're ready to sit back anytime soon. And coming back on that goal, Daniel Stephen had the time, had the space. And at $2,099.52, each goal pledged to support the Ruth Ellis Center campaign organized by the independent supporters at the Northern Guard supporters. And they are pledging for all home goals scored by the men's or women's team in the month of June for every goal. That number at $2,099.52. Just incredible stuff from these supporters here at Detroit City FC. And Poole serves one in. Hollingsworth with the left-handed clearance. Carolac shepherds that all the way back to her goalkeeper, Shriver. And DCFC already look like they're on the hunt for a second one, as that's Emily Gardner that subbed in for Barron on that left-hand side. She'll have a lot to work with as far as defending Kie, versatile attacker. And Hollingsworth, she has the ability to press as well on that right-hand side. We talk about it there. Kie again on a blistering run, breaking through the Detroit City midfielders. Now Nimine. Ann Arbor having their fun passing it around. A longer string of possession than we've seen these last couple minutes, as 30 minutes have gone by, 2/3 of the way into this first half. And the pass not able to find the feet of Hollingsworth, broken up by Gardner. And I'm sure they're both familiar with each other. Gardner playing for Bowling Green, Hollingsworth playing for Eastern Michigan. They see a lot of each other in that MAC conference. Nimine. Oh, and DCFC looking to close down that space really well, especially at the top of the key, not letting their forwards having any bit of space to get a shot off after they've seen what kind of goals they can score from far out for Ann Arbor. Still with the ball. Shriver will come off her line and collect that one rather easily. Peters dishes it off. It's Gardner that will play that one out. I think she just wanted a better through ball to find the feet of her forwards. And Bloomquist in the midfield. Would like to see her get a bit more touches, but you know what? She does a really good job at creating the space for her teammates, even though she's not on the ball all the time, or if Peter's getting a bit more touches. Bloomquist is really good off the dribble. And now it's now it's Bloomquist. She'll test her luck. And scores. And we just talked about it. Bloomquist doesn't need a lot of time or space. And this time Rockets won in the lower right-handed corner of the goal. Detroit City FC 2. As we take another look here, Bloomquist was asking for it, calling for it. Oh, and it's just a well-placed ball all the way. Both of these goals coming out from the 18-yard box. Really hard to defend. You see Ann Arbor is kind of talking with themselves collectively. And Bloomquist, with her ability to put one on net, does so. Detroit City 2, Ann Arbor 0. Still only in the first half. This is exactly what Coach Dwayhe knew his team was capable of. As far as putting one on net, they've had the ability to score on away games, have yet to score coming into this one when playing at Keyworth Stadium. Now have 2 in the first half. Incredible stuff from this home team. And so far, Ann Arbor have allowed 16 goals so far this season. The pledge amount for every goal scored now is at $4,198.40 for the Ruth Ellis Center. And now it's Hollingsworth that will receive the ball over the head. Plays it to Nimine. Trying to find her a little bit of space. Now back to Kie. Oh, Kie puts her defenders on skates. Now loses the ball. And a great pullback from Bloomquist. Quite a signature move from the midfielder. Poole will give it away. Not without a stumble from Ann Arbor. Poole again will collect. And kind of a couple bit of possessions back and forth between each team. And in case you're just joining us, 2 goals came from Steven earlier, and now Bloomquist. And speaking of the midfielder, Bloomquist said her family is watching in the stadium for the first time in 5 years. First time in 5 years, and saw her score. What an incredible story. Putting on quite a good show for their supporters here at Keyworth Stadium. And for Ann Arbor, if they're going to look to recollect, it's got to be from Nimine or Kie. Referee will pull that one back, not having any of it, and having a couple words with Kie, reaching into the pocket for a yellow card. Take another look at this yellow card offense. You could see a little bit of tugging from both sides, but it was the action after that that was a yellow card all day. The foul had already been called, and it was just the last kick that the referee definitely yellow card worthy, and it's always going to be the follow through. It wouldn't have been a yellow card, I think, otherwise, but because she followed through after the play had already been called. And now things might change here. Putting back in her pocket, now showing a red card to the forward. And Kie absolutely shocked, but can't be surprised. After a couple words with her 4th official, the center ref pulled that one back, and now Ann Arbor will be down for 10 men. Let's take one more look here. And it was a clear trip. It was a dirty play from Kie. Totally unnecessary. The foul had already been called. Like I said, after a couple words with the 4th official, now Ann Arbor down to 10 players. We'll play 1 man down for the rest of this half and for the rest of the game. Still another half to play after this. And it's all going wrong for the Ann Arbor squad. After giving up the second goal, you hope that they would have started pressing a bit more, looking, and Kie is such an important player for this team as far as goal scoring abilities, as far as getting up top. Now Ann Arbor will totally have to change their tactics moving forward. But DCFC don't look to slow things down anytime soon. Duncan dishes it out wide, a good switch. Another switch with the right-hander. How about Bryn Gardner putting on the pressure, winning the ball back for her team. Bloomquist finding Duncan. Now back to Bloomquist. She'll put it on a dime. And didn't reach the head of Ellie Poole like she probably planned it to. As Ann Arbor having a tough time getting it out of their final third. Gardner with the throw. Hollingsworth with a dangerous turn. The pressure put on by DCFC, and another foul called. I think it was the foul from Hollingsworth. Now another set piece opportunity from Detroit City FC, and it doesn't matter if they don't capitalize on the first one. They've shown so far this first half they can capitalize on the second or third ball played out. If Ann Arbor can't clear it efficiently, DCFC has the ability to put one on net. Bloomquist standing over the ball. Look to serve this one in. Referee pulling it back again. I think she didn't blow the whistle. I think telling Bloomquist she's got to wait for the whistle. Bloomquist a little too eager to take that one as we enter the last 5 minutes of this half. Now the whistle, and now Bloomquist again with the service in. Header in. Still not out of the woods yet. Ann Arbor need to clear it out, and they do so. Chasing it all the way back, it will be Madison Duncan. Serves it in again. Nice flick there. DCFC not having any players on the end of it. And if you're Ann Arbor, you're going to look to get one back at least, so you're not going into the half 2-0 down. And if you're DCFC, being up by 2 goals, not a bad way to enter the second half either. Ann Arbor showing a lot of grit so far this game. Nothing to show for it yet. Now Nimine playing it back. Picked off there by Gardner. Now Poole with the turn. Dishing it off to Gardner, and Bryn Gardner might be in. Collected by AFC Ann Arbor's goalkeeper. Prisbillo, important coming off of her line. As you got to think it was a great combination play, and Bryn Gardner might have been in. Great step up there from another Gardner. And a sliding tackle there from the AFC Ann Arbor back line. The referee will look to make sure that Bryn Gardner is all right. She looks to be okay, standing on her feet. Quick play in. Now Peters with the square ball to Steven, one of the first goal scorers. Bloomquist. Now Poole. Trailing run from Duncan. Able to get on the end of this ball. Serves it in. Oh, Peters was looking for the header. Still not out of the clear yet. Now Peters again with the header. Not gonna get on the end of that one. Still got to test your luck anyway. And again, DCFC have the ability to get on the second or third ball in case Ann Arbor doesn't clear. And just an unfortunate touch there. Not able to bring it down. Oh, great pull back there from Bloomquist. Smart to play it back to Duncan. Now Karolak. Peters, she's sure seen a lot of the ball these last couple of minutes. Still with the ball. Broken up at the top of the key. Took a hard fall to the turf. She looks like she'll be all right. 1-2 play there. Nimine with the rollover. Still with the ball. Broken up there. Calls for a handball. And it did end up being a handball. Nimine will just kick that one away. DCFC in no hurry to take this kick. There's another foul called there in the center circle. Not really sure what happened, but DCFC another free kick. Threads the needle. Now a 1-2 play. Not the greatest clearance from the Ann Arbor back line, but still with possession, trying to string together a couple passes, looks for the switch, finds it. Still have Hollingsworth out wide. She was calling for it. Opts to put it to the other side. And watch for Hollingsworth. She slowly creeps up. That's what makes her so dangerous on the right-hand side. She creeps up, making her midfielders come back. Playing as a defender and midfielder for Eastern Michigan. This DCFC ball movement has been really impressive so far this first 45. The last couple seconds looking for maybe a third one. Poole on that right-hand side. Brings it back on her favorite left foot. And Hollingsworth wanted to clear it. Instead, ricochets off her foot and goes for a corner. Normally pretty consistent on the clearances with her left foot, as the fourth official will signal for 3 minutes extra time in this first half. Bloomquist will serve it in. Has the ability to put in a really dangerous position. Goes up. Still not out of the woods yet. Dishes it back in. Turning, spinning, and puts one on net. And it was almost a third goal for DCFC. And how about Karolak just smiling? A defender, a center back. Look at her twisting and turning, putting her defenders on skates. But it was a really impressive save from AFC Ann Arbor. Another goal kick for DCFC as they look to create a third goal. These last couple minutes, trailing runs. The header from Gardner, not in the direction she certainly wanted it to. And that just shows Karolak being in that penalty area with the ball, shows the trust of DCFC players to put one in the box and test their luck. Hollingsworth will throw it in. Really good throw. And she's a player that can throw it really far as well. Plays it back. Nice half volley. Still read really well by Peters. And it's been Peters and Duncan able to find each other really well. Now Duncan taking her space. Why not? Now Poole dishing it off. Oh, and the ball just a little too hard. Still saves it in. Now Hollingsworth with the read. And a really tough foul there. She's frustrated at that call. And how about that grit from the right back? As Ann Arbor will reset here. Nimine way back as we see these DCFC supporters waving the rally towels as the center official will signal halftime. And 2 goals from Detroit City FC coming from Steven. It was a great volley outside the box. Then a follow-up goal from Sid Bloomquist. You see the 2 goal scorers talking there. And a player sent off for AFC Ann Arbor, not going well for the away team. 45 down for this home team. Now we send it to halftime for Detroit City FC here at Keyworth Stadium. Welcome back to Keyworth Stadium. I'm Veronica Bolanos, and from all of our crew here, thanks for tuning in to our channel, Detroit City FC. In case you're just joining us, Detroit City FC 2 goals to Ann Arbor's Mill. Goals coming from Steven and Sid Bloomquist. And golly, both of those goals coming from either at or outside of the 18-yard box. Then a red card also issued to Kie, number 10 for Ann Arbor, so they are playing with only 10 players for the rest of this game here today. Substitution was Emily Gardner earlier this half, coming in for Barron. Now Shriver will serve as DCFC's captain as we look to get things going here for the second half of today's matchup. And it looks like Sulis will slide back into that back line for DCFC. As the center referee will kick things off. Ann Arbor starting with the ball for this second half. Ann Arbor was playing with a lot of grit and pressure to start off the game. They had a goal ricochet off of the crossbar. Unable to capitalize anything, and it all kind of went downhill from there. Still looking to get something going here, and maybe we'll start with Nimine, who's been so dynamic and crafty for this Ann Arbor team. Dishing it out to her teammates now at the top of the key. Still not out of the woods yet. Put one on net. Shriver will collect. In the first minute, you can kind of see Ann Arbor's game plan as far as coming out, attacking early. That's how Detroit City FC gave up the goal against Kalamazoo. That came in the first minute and a half of their last home game last week. And Ann Arbor hoping to do the same, capitalizing early. As the ball kind of ping-ponging around all the way back to Ann Arbor's goalkeeper, Chris Billow. And Ann Arbor, besides those two goals, have looked pretty consistent in the back line. I mean, those goals, like I said, came from outside or around the 18-yard box. Really hard to defend all around. Bloomquist surveying her options. Dishes it off to her teammate. Broken up there. A great battle between Bloomquist. Bloomquist with the jersey tug. Referee will pull that one back and issue a yellow card rather quickly there to Jana Frazier, wearing the mask tonight. As we take another look here, battling it out until the jersey tug, and yeah, that one's going to be a yellow card. But how about Bloomquist putting her body in between the ball and the defender? Classic stuff. And she'll line this one up. She can either put one on the net or serve it in. The option is hers. She has the ability to do either. A player of her caliber. We'll see what she can do once the referee blows that whistle. Now it's Bloomquist. Bloomquist will test her luck, and a bending ball in! Oh, it's the second goal of the night for Bloomquist. She put one on net in the top left corner, and this is a work of beauty. Nothing the AFC Ann Arbor goalkeeper could do there, and it's all smiles here for Detroit City FC. Bloomquist absolutely clinical, taking that set piece. Detroit City FC 3, Ann Arbor Mill. And boy, that's a player that doesn't need many touches, but can put one on net anytime she pleases. The smoke coming out from the Detroit City FC supporters. They are ecstatic over this 3-0 lead for the home team. That ball played just a little too hard there. We talked about the total pledge earlier for the Ruth Ellis Center, now up to $6,000, $6,298.56 per goal. Just incredible stuff. Excuse me, per goal $2,099.52, but total $6,298.56. You talk about the support that this community has for the LGBTQ plus youth nationwide. Well, Detroit City FC have just put on a display here today. Hollingsworth, looking to battle against her defender. Back and forth between Gardner. Talked about this matchup earlier here today. Two MAC players knowing how each other plays. Both have significant experience in the conference. Not sure what the referee's pulling that one back for. Maybe just as we take another look here at the third goal of the night. Bending ball. And just beautiful stuff from the midfielder. Steven, blistering run broken up there by the AFC Ann Arbor defense. And it's 3-0 so far this game. AFC Ann Arbor, they've allowed 16, prior to this game, 16 goals so far this season, the most of any team in the Great Lakes Division. Chased down by Emily Gardner rather quickly to close that one down. And this DCFC team have not allowed Ann Arbor to even get a whiff of the final third. Now Ann Arbor will take the first corner kick of the second half. Hoping to get something going here. We'll put one on net. Trickles into the box. Going past a plethora of DCFC defenders. Serving it in again. Gardner reading it well. Gets a little shove in the back, but clears it nonetheless. Ann Arbor with the throw. Hollingsworth coming over to collect the ball. They'll serve it in. In that corner, taking her defender one-on-one, gets a cross off, flick unsuccessful. Bloomquist, with a lot of time and space. Not a player you want to see having that much space. Dishes it off. What a blistering run. It'll shepherd out for an Ann Arbor throw. Had the possibility of a counterattack. And how about the pressure continuing here for this home team? We'll restart it all the way back to their back line. Now Gardner. What a nice crossing ball into Poole. What vision from Gardner. How about it? The left back gets a cross off. Talk about high soccer IQ. Gardner just with the time and space. DCFC so dangerous in the runs they can create. Now Hollingsworth with the time and space taking on her defender. Opts to play it back. And DCFC have been nothing short of clinical the first half. Following into the second half, they don't look like they're just sitting back and defending for the rest of the game. They're hungry for more. Header from Bryn Gardner, still putting pressure on this Ann Arbor back line. Tough tackle there, still with the ball is Ann Arbor, dishes it to Nemane, taking on 2-3 defenders. Ann Arbor has had a couple spells of possession. Not sure if that was a shot or a cross, either way, put in a dangerous spot. Nemane with a nice turn. Looks to test her look, unsuccessful, goes way wide. And you got to think maybe if she just would have turned a little bit more, gotten her body over the ball, and rocketed the way she wanted it to, forcing Shriver to make a save. Instead, it goes way wide. Bloomquist did a lot of work to try and get the square ball off. Ann Arbor threading the needle through the midfielders. But the back line has been interrupting any type of play they've tried to get going. And if you're DCFC, you can't let them get too comfortable attacking in your final third, staying hungry, or at least staying central will be very key going forward. Now Peters plays the crossing ball. Oh, what a header there from Hollingsworth, breaking up the play. And Hollingsworth at 5'3" really rose up for that header. Gardner to Steven. Now to Bloomquist. Great triangle passing there. Peters with a pullback. And how about this sequence of play? Now Duncan. Not reaching the feet of Ellie Poole. But that's exactly what this DCFC team can bring. Ann Arbor was nowhere near the ball at any point. Hollingsworth again breaking up the play. Brings it to her midfielders. Now picked off there by Steven. Pulled that one back. Steven looks to be okay. Just a tough tackle there. Bloomquist again over the ball. Oh, beautiful ball in. Just maybe hit a little too hard. You could see what she was trying to do. Put in a really dangerous position nonetheless. That's kind of where you want to put it, just to test her look. See how far the keeper is willing to come off of their line. But AFC Ann Arbor able to hold their back line really well in the 18-yard box. They'll look to counter. DCFC have the numbers back. She's got the square ball option, not anymore. And you would like to see maybe, if you're Ann Arbor, Nemane getting a couple more touches on the ball. Or Hollingsworth getting more involved in the play. That's what makes her so dangerous, forcing DCFC to put numbers back. But here and now, Peters will ignite the offense yet again. Peters with the left-handed, left-footed ball through. Just nobody there on the end of it. And it was a bending run in, but just in the wrong direction. And these fans have been just as loud as they've been in the opening minutes all the way up until now, keeping their team in the game. Now Nimine. Trailing run from Hollingsworth. Opts to play it forward. Bloomquist with the turn. Looked for the foul. Not going to get it. Ann Arbor push on. Through ball played. And all the way red. As we take another look here. Great read there and a slide tackle from Sulis. AFC Ann Arbor trying to get something going offensively, down by 3 goals. First 15 minutes gone here. Oh, Peters with a nice tap. High streaking ball played. Oh, how about Brent Gardner putting on the pressure? Ricocheted off the body of Nimine, will go out for a DCFC throw as Ann Arbor will look to make a string of substitutions their own. Looks like 3 substitutes will come on for AFC Ann Arbor. Hollingsworth, one of the first players off. She has been really consistent for this Ann Arbor side, but time to bring on fresh legs for this team, looking to ignite something here. And it's Wright, Modesto, and Tadina that come in for AFC Ann Arbor. Modesto was in the lineup against Flint City as a blistering run there, testing her luck from way outside. A common theme we've seen tonight, ricocheted off the body of a DCFC defender, will go out for another corner kick for Ann Arbor. We take another look here, still past 3 defenders. Shriver seeing it all the way through. Serving it in with the left foot. Ann Arbor looking to get something going. And the header way wide. As 2 more subs will come in for DCFC this time. So we take a look here. Amanda Britton and Kayla Addison will come in. And Stephen and Martin will sub off. Stephen, the first goal scorer for tonight's home team. As the trainer will come take a look. Here might have taken a nasty little tackle, and there were bodies flying all the way around on the last corner. May have taken a knock there. Jada Fraser that gives the thumbs up to the trainer, making sure she's okay. After a little bit of stoppage time, play resumes here at Keyworth Stadium. Thanks everybody for joining our broadcast. Detroit City FC looking to keep the pressure going. Oh, a nice flick there, broken up from Bloomquist. Nice flick header from Britton, who just came on for Steven. Hoping to make an impact in the midfield with alongside Peters and Bloomquist. Not a bad place to be. Has the versatility as a defender, and also who came on, Kayla Addison. Talk about putting pressure up top. Nobody does it like her. And with some fresh legs on the field, pressure keeps coming. Can Ann Arbor weather the storm a little more? Or will DCFC strike again? They certainly look to be in the company of another goal. And in case you're just joining us, first 20 minutes have gone by for the second half. Bloomquist scored the third goal of the night, and it was a bending kick just outside the 18-yard box. It was beautiful into the top left-hand corner. Nothing the AFC Ann Arbor goalkeeper could do about it. Tough shove there. Referee will pull that one back. Let's see what the home team can do here. Bloomquist, boy, she's been all over the field today, getting on the end of passes from her defense, from her forwards. Peters with a nice turn and shots with her left foot. If you're the Ann Arbor back line, you really don't want Peters finding any sort of space with her left foot. She has the ability to put one on net from far out, from close up, really doesn't matter. And it's been clinical stuff from this Detroit City FC team all night. Bloomquist with a nice read to Addison. Dishes it off. Now taking on the dribble. Still with the ball, serves it in. It will go out for a goal kick. Not a bad combination play there. You could see what Gardner was trying to do. She did everything right the player should be doing, creating the space, just not able to wrap her foot around it and get into the spot that she wants to put it in. And a bad read there as Detroit City FC's back line trailing back, a 2v3 situation, now 2v5. Test her luck, blocked, important block there. Not out of the water yet. Ann Arbor look hungry again from the outside, about 25 yards out. Shriver reading it all the way. And she's been really good. Hasn't really been tested except for the opening minutes where Ann Arbor looked probably their most dangerous all night. Since then, they've been struggling to get a long string of possession going, and it's tiring for these AFC Ann Arbor defenders to constantly have to defend against a really versatile Detroit City FC team. That was a handball by Peters. AFC Ann Arbor will recollect. Karolak with the header. And AFC Ann Arbor only with about 21 minutes left besides extra time left to work with against a 3-goal deficit. Oh, and how about Peters with the run? Got her foot in there and was able to win it for her team. Looking for the cross, blocked by Ann Arbor, still with a DCFC throw. Now Addison, picked off there. Britton looks to wrap it around her left foot, puts it in a really dangerous area, and Addison just not able to bring it down the way she wanted to. Peters took a little bit of a hard fall there, gets back on her feet. Now Britton. And she looks to be really comfortable in that midfield alongside Peters and Bloomquist. Bloomquist wanted the ball at her feet, not going to get it. And still putting a lot of pressure on this Ann Arbor team, not allowing them to have anything at all. Poole with the pick off to Gardner, now Bloomquist. Back to Peters. Peters plays the square ball ahead. Oh, what a sliding tackle there. And Gardner with the tackle. Another substitute here for AFC Ann Arbor. We take another look here. Just came in the back of her defender, not getting any ball. That's going to be a foul all day. As play resumes, Ann Arbor looks to collect really quickly. Almost picked off there is Poole in. She is! The 4th goal of the night came out of almost nowhere. And she punishes this AFC Ann Arbor back line. And Poole's been really putting the pressure on. Not just this half, but all game, and it's paid off. Detroit City FC now up to 4 goals so far this game after not scoring any in their last 2 home games. 4 here tonight. Let's take another look at this one. And picks the pocket of the Ann Arbor defense. And Detroit City FC have just put on a show for their supporters. 4 goals in the night. AFC Ann Arbor have struggled to weather the storm. And still, Detroit City FC look just as hungry as they did when they started this game. How about Kayla Addison putting the pressure on? They are not giving Ann Arbor anything to work with. Now Peters, they look hungry for more. Peters still with the ball, goes out wide. And Ann Arbor can breathe a sigh of relief as they look to just collect themselves and settle it down. Something that's been really hard to do so far with the pressure that's been put on from this home team. Now Bloomquist. Oh, Bloomquist. Why not? Why not? Sitting on 2 goals, looking for the hat trick there. The pledge now at $2,143.69 per goal. Total of $8,574.76 on the night. And what a great night it is to kick off this scoring. What another great run from Poole. She was onside. Peters just played it a little too hard there. The center ref kind of having a talking to these Ann Arbor players, clearly frustrated with how the game's been going so far, but the calls have been pretty consistent on both sides. And it's just got to be a frustrating night for this away team after coming off of a win against Cleveland. Bloomquist will serve it in. Nice bending run there. And Bloomquist has been the playmaker, the scorer. She's been all over this pitch so far. A lot of these DCFC players have. They played together like a unit after a tough loss against Kalamazoo. They've not only recollected, but have improved significantly, and that was with lineup changes, with pressure. Not allowing Ann Arbor to get on the board first. All the way back to Shriver. As we see a couple substitutions for this DCFC team coming in. Will go out for an Ann Arbor throw. As 3 substitutions will come on for this home team. First sub coming on for Poole, who has just been electric all night. As Riley Clark coming in for Poole. And Dayton Waymer coming in for Shriver. Shriver putting in a really good shift for her home crowd. Her coaches, the staff, got to be really pleased with what they saw here today. An impressive performance as we enter the last 15 minutes of this second half. Talking with Waymer earlier in the season, the goalkeeper, she has been really excited to be around these players of this caliber. Says it's been helping her grow as not only a person but as a player all around. They bring so much experience, and as one of the younger players on this team, she said it's just been a great thing to be a part of. Now Gardner. Off to Bloomquist. We've seen this pairing before. Bloomquist cuts it inside. Addison not able to bring it down like she probably wanted to. Bloomquist, how about her still putting the pressure on 78 minutes into this game? You would think Ann Arbor maybe might think that they would lay off at least a little. Still with the ball. Dishes it off. Now Bloomquist playing the ball back. That's still going to be a possible play there. Still in play. And almost a 5th goal, DCFC might have thought. So we take another look here, just an absolute battle. We will pause here for an injury to attend to for AFC Ann Arbor. They will recollect. We take one more look here. Great ball in from Gardner. And how about it? DCFC staying in the play, staying with the play. Incredible stuff. Tough grit from the home team. And still tending to an injury here. AFC Ann Arbor looking to bring their team together, close out these last couple of minutes. Really not what you want to see, especially so late in the game, but tired legs, tough tackles really take a toll on the body. You hope everything is okay for AFC Ann Arbor. It's been a long pause here for this game as we try to recoil what happened. The team just kind of taking a breather, hoping her teammate is okay. All the trainers and staff around her. In case you're just joining us, we'll bring you back with what's happened here at Keyworth Stadium. We'll start with Sid Bloomquist. 3-man wall. She lined it up. We talked about earlier her ability to put one on net, bending ball, nothing the goalkeeper could do about it. Her second goal of the night, she was thrilled, especially with her family in the stands. And more than anything, her teammates were very happy to see that one go back in the net. That was the third of the 4 goals scored here so far at Keyworth. Emily Paget coming on earlier for Bryn Gardner, who put in a really good shift. A happy belated birthday to Emily Paget. Celebrated a birthday yesterday. It's been a couple minutes since the AFC Ann Arbor player went down. Gingerly walking off the field. Hopefully everything ends up being okay. Trainers around her. And she'll walk off to the nearest place she can off the pitch, hoping to, Ann Arbor just hoping to close this one out. Substitution will come on here for AFC Ann Arbor. 2 subs coming on, 1 for the injured player and 1 for the goalkeeper. Prisbillo did all she could, but a lot of those shots that went in the back of the net were really good shots, and she put in the best shift she could. And it's Holly Brown that will come in for Prisbillo to close out the remaining minutes for AFC Ann Arbor. Now we resume here at Keyworth Stadium. Ann Arbor, look at them coming off really fast off the reset. A string of substitutions coming on for DCFC. Karolak, one of the players that started this game, still out on the pitch. Addison with a nice spin, turn, flick. Oh, and how about Britton keeping the pressure on? Now Gardner, another piece of consistent defending for this back line that right now has not allowed a goal in. And how about Peters testing the goalkeeper from way outside? Goalkeeper just subbed on. Holly Brown bobbled it just a little bit, only to collect it again. And how about Peters recognizing it, taking it with her right foot, recognizing that she was the keeper that just came on, probably hasn't seen a lot of action yet so far. And at this point of the stage, why not? So you got to think that there will be stoppage time here, but Ann Arbor carry on. Spinning, turning. They'll look for the cross in over Dayton Waymer's head all the way on the other side of the field. And it looks like no DCFC defenders got a piece of it. It'll go for their throw. Look to play it quickly. We're the last couple minutes without extra time. We'll see how much the ref gives. Dishing it out to Gardner. Gardner playing it a little too hard for Bloomquist. We've seen that connection all night. It's been electric. It's been consistent. They found each other in the air with their feet. Gardner loses the ball. Playing it all the way back to Sulis. Her and Karolak really good playing together. Now Peters with the time and space. Great cross in there over the head of Ann Arbor defenders. Spinning, turning. Addison with the time. And a quick turn and a left shot at foot. Left-footed shot there. Collected by Holly Brown. Everybody wanting in on the action for the scoring here for DCFC. And for Ann Arbor, they still try to get something going here till the very last minute. Battling out with Gardner. How about these two? Free kick in the final third for Ann Arbor. Looking to serve it in. Does so. Really good header clearance there. Bloomquist with the bring down. Addison alone in a one-on-one position. And just kind of put her body first. Didn't get a piece of the ball. Referee has pulled that one back all night. The ball just in the wrong location as time is winding down here for Ann Arbor. Great battle in the midfield for DCFC. Ann Arbor look to play it quickly. DCFC will play disruptors as we look 6 minutes of extra time here at Keyworth Stadium. Serves it in, tests her luck, hits the crossbar from way outside, not out of the water yet. Ann Arbor looking for their first, and they score. They have shown this grit and fight all night, even until the waning moments of the game. Extra time just announced, and DCFC's hope of a clean sheet is gone. Still a tall mountain to climb for Ann Arbor, but boy, they have shown a lot of fight so far this night. Just gets past Dayton Waymer and the back line for this home team. Now looking just to close it out. Addison with an amazing turn there. She's got the time and space, still with the ball, blistering past her defenders and just runs out of real estate. And what an impact she's made since she's come on the field, putting the pressure on these defenders, forcing them to make mistakes. Just ran out of room in the end. Pageant with a nice through ball. Unable to find the feet of Riley Clark. You like to see what these players have brought on from the bench. Still putting the pressure on is DCFC, even in these last couple minutes. Bloomquist, one of those players that oftentimes ignites the pressure. Great spell of possession from DCFC right now. Possible calls for a handball, bring down there, and the referee calls it. Just looks like on the edge of the box. And it was Pageant who was brought down just outside the box on a tackle from the Ann Arbor back line. Just a careless tackle, but enough to result in a dangerous free kick as we take another look here. And it might have either been the foul or the handball. Either way, Bloomquist standing over it. Already has 2 goals on the night in search of a hat trick. We'll see what kind of magic she can create here on the edge of the 18. In extra time, it's Bloomquist. And just over the net, not able to recreate her free kick from earlier. And she was looking for another one. Referee maybe telling the goalkeeper to wait for her whistle. Some of these players just being stationary. Bloomquist just not able to bend it as much as she was in the first goal. Some talk here about whether or not that was a foul. Still, Ann Arbor look to collect as the minutes are winding down. Detroit City FC, they were winless when playing at home. Now in their 3rd game, look to have it all but sealed here. They just look to keep Ann Arbor off the ball, happy to do so. Picked off there Bloomquist in no hurry to take it. Gardner will take the throw. Nice flick header, but unable to get on the receiving end of it was Bloomquist. It was Britton with the flick header. Reminder that even with Ann Arbor scoring this last goal, they've been playing with 10 players for most of the game. After a red card to Kie. They've shown a lot of fight, got one back. Now picked off there from DCFC. Still with the run. She's got options. Bloomquist with the ball. Oh, she trips over it and just gets herself in a situation. Dribbling still. Pageant. Now Bloomquist. Bloomquist on 2 goals. And not able to finish this last one. She was searching for the hat trick. She still is. Great sequence of play between Pageant and Bloomquist. A 1-2 combination in such a tight area. That's what makes this team so dangerous. And Detroit City FC will get their first win at their home stadium at Keyworth Stadium. 4 goals on the night to Ann Arbor's 1. Goals coming from Steven, from Bloomquist, who had 2 on the night. And a goal from Poole. The woman of the match is that player right there, Sid Bloomquist. And boy, has she been electric here tonight. This crowd certainly got their money's worth. A lot of these goals coming from all outside the box. Capitalizing on their opportunities. Ann Arbor playing with 10 players for most of the night. Still Detroit City FC 4, Ann Arbor 1. And from all of us here from the broadcast crew here at Keyworth Stadium, thanks for tuning in to Detroit City FC. Thanks for watching and have a good night.